Let's see if this works. I'm lagging. My computer is being so weird. I know. Hopefully it'll resolve itself. Maybe. Possibly. Embarrassing. I'm lagging so bad. This is so funny. Okay, I think we're good now. Yay! Okay, for the time being at least. So, hi guys. Oh, Lord. This is so tragic. This has never happened before. We'll give it a moment. I do think I know why it's lagging, but stay patient, loves. I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this. I think we're a little bit better now. I'm not going to do too much. This lag, it's killing me. I think we're okay now. Hi guys, welcome to the frickin' live Q&A of Big Brother Galaxy. So usually I do a little pre-show beforehand. Obviously, we're a little bit late because of technical difficulties, so I'm not going to keep it too long. Sorry, we're a little bit better now. Thank God. Praise the Lord. But Big Brother Galaxy, this has been, in an overall basis, my favorite season that I have ever hosted. I'm hoping the lag is okay. If it is, or if it's a little bit better, let me know in the YouTube chat. I can't see it, so just want to make sure that we're okay over here. So Big Brother Galaxy has been my favorite season that I've ever hosted. It's probably one of my favorite seasons that I've ever actually seen play out. And you'll see it in a lot of the cast assessments and such. But with Big Brother Galaxy, what truly kind of made it something special was that there was never an instance in which I was not shocked or surprised or intrigued or interested in what was happening within the season. I would say very rarely was there ever any like lag or kind of like dry spots or dry spells. Like there was always kind of sides at war. There was always people who were on the block fighting to stay in the game. There was always, there was friendships being made and tested and broken. And I think overall, like even when those who were evicted, they maintained like a nice little family. And I think that's what truly makes this season something truly special. And beyond that, I think there was not a single dud of a house guest in terms of what they provided. Like every single person has kind of their own story. Each person provided their own things, even down to the pre-jurors who that pre-jury boot list was brutal. But at the same time, it allowed for this very interesting stretch of the jury game, which I didn't expect anybody on the jury to get to because it was just so unexpected. A lot of these really great players that I had high expectations for got out a little bit early, and then it left room for all the people that had so much potential to go really far and show a different side of who they are. Um, and this final two is phenomenal. Obviously, I've been huge fans of both for quite a while, so I'm very happy to see both this final two. But overall, this season has been absolutely phenomenal. Big Brother Galaxy has been something I've been planning since the very, very beginning. And I'm very glad that it finally paid off and panned out. And it worked so well. Like this twist was so good. I think the twist really shaped and formed in what made the season truly something special. And it did. I think it allowed for a little bit more chaos and kind of maneuverability. It was just, I liked the twist. It was a good celebration of our 1 year anniversary. Part of the reason why I did it, just kind of celebrated everything. So yeah. And then just everything after that was just phenomenal. Like there was literally never a dull moment for me. I think what makes this super, super sad is that it's coming to an end. You saw I was crying a lot yesterday because I'm like, this is it. Like this is really the end of the season. And it's emotional for me because like I put a lot of effort and passion into this, and like when it comes to a close, it's kind of like it's over. Like this is over, and it's like it's sad because I've grown attached to these people for over a month now, and it's like obviously I'll still see them around, but it's not like I get to see them every day, and it's kind of like it's you'll see me cry a lot. I do cry a lot. But yeah, this season it's been phenomenal, and I'm excited for this jury Q&A. We might hold a finale tonight. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes we do finale early. Sometimes we'll just do it tomorrow. Either or works for me. And that's fine by me. Big Brother Blue Moon premieres in just a few short weeks at this point, so it's literally gonna be back to back once again. I can never take a break from hosting. You know, I say I'm sad that's over, but I'm happy to start new again with another new season. So there's never a dull moment for me, because this is what I love to do. Like, there's not another thing I'd rather do in my life. I am going to go ahead and send the StreamYard over to both of our finalists now. So hopefully they can join. So I'll go ahead, ping them, wait for them to come in. Until they're both here, I will just be talking at you. So sorry about it. But we can talk a lot about just kind of how it came to be. The casting process was horrible. But it was actually, I mean, it was fun and horrible because we had over 50 applicants, which was like, you know, not horrible. It was awesome to see that many people interested to play this season. But like every single night, me and all the hosts would get on call and pick and choose and pick and choose and pick and we're like, would they work here? Would they work here? I have one of my finalists backstage. Yay. But it was rough. This was a really rough process, and there was a lot of people that I cut that I didn't want to cut that were initially on the cast, but then I moved them around, and so just beyond crazy. But yeah, other than that, Blue Moon is coming. Yay. That's a season. That's another one of the very first seasons that I started to plan, like around season 2, season 3 era. I came up with that concept. I thought, like, I'm a moon geek, so anything that's moon themed and seasoned, I am all here for. And so, yeah. Hold on, I'm lagging again. No, don't lag, Nathan. Don't lag. Wait. I'm gonna give it 2 seconds. See, I'm gonna do little hand gestures and see how much lag I'm going into right now. Just waiting for it to fix itself. This is so bad. I hate it. Okay, hopefully this isn't like this the entire time. Otherwise, I'd be just abysmal. Okay, I think the lag is getting a little bit better. I can't tell right now. Just give it a second. I might come back, do what I just... Wait, it fixed itself. I knew it. Okay, anyways, cool. Big Brother Blue Moon, something I had planned for also quite a bit of time. Happy to see it coming into action finally. You know, I've had a lot of these seasons. I have up until season 14 planned right now. As a host, you get bored really quickly because the easiest part is planning. You know, all you have to do is kind of like, what my favorite part is concepts. And so I come up with a concept, I come up with a color scheme, I come up with an idea, and then everything else comes a little bit afterwards. I know I'm lagging right now. I can see it. I can see it partially. But yeah, that's my favorite part. And so long as I have a color scheme and I have an idea, I just run with the idea. And then it just kind of comes into fruition like a year or 2 later. But that's fine with me. Sometimes I change my mind, you know, sometimes like which you saw with like Blast Off and Galaxy kind of being interchanged sometimes. Oh, Derek, I see that. I will host a reunion party if you would like one. I would actually love that. I would love to see all my little babies back together, just talking and gossiping, especially since the pre-jurors were sequestered this time around. So they didn't get to see any of it kind of play out. So they will get to see it play out this time. Let me make sure Cell is on their way. Cell should be here soon. Once Cell is here, we'll actually begin the true Q&A. But for now, you'll just get me blibbering and blabbering. Sorry. Dylan Austin. Who's Dylan Austin? And why are we kicking me to the ground? Don't do that. Who's Dylan Austin? Rude. I don't know who you are. I don't know your story. Anyways. Thank you, Brooke. I love you. Yeah, Cell is a little bit late. Just like they were for the final HOH, you know? But who likes to be the first person here? They're here. Okay, I'm going to leave, come back. So you're going to get a void of death for a second, just to hope that the lag kind of sorts itself out. And then I'll start the countdown, and then the Q&A will commence. So give me a second. I will be back in just about... I'm back. And Cell's gone. Where did Cell go? Where did Cell go? They were here like 2 seconds ago. Why are they gone now? Where did they go? I'm so confused. This is not it. Who's private chatting me? Cell better get their butt back over here. I'm trying to go clubbing tonight again. Let's get it. Let's get it. I also just want to get this. I love the Q&A is one of my favorite things to do. Yes, StreamYard is weird. It depends like what browser you're using. Depends kind of like how you're operating. If you're on mobile, it doesn't work well. So I don't know if Cell's on mobile. That could be an issue potentially. Oh, Dylan is Silver. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. I knew that name. I'm like, that sounds familiar. I just don't know where from. So, oopsie poops. Nathan Liver is the... Oh, yeah, Nathan. I'm like, what? Nathan's Liver. Yes, it is. Literally every single day. Incredible. Mario, hi. I love you, baby. Oh my God, my biggest fan. Ugh. Shane, I think Shane wants a little hello as well. Hello, Shane. Hi, Naz. This is me saying, I'm saying hi to all my biggest fans and supporters right now. So we pass the time waiting for Cell. I'm gonna go ping them again. Cell. I'm gonna just ping them 1,000 times and hope they come on. Let's go. Oh, you didn't want a hello? Well, then you don't get a hello. Oh. All right. Oh my God, Gianna's here. Gianna in the house. I see Gianna finally in the comments. Hello, Gianna. We need to have Gianna. If you don't do a lip sync for your jury Q&A, I don't want it. I better see some Survivor up in this bitch. Get the party going. Although we might get copyright and flagged, so maybe don't play the actual song. Don't do that. Don't actually do that. But it'll be fun. I just don't want to get demonetized. I see Pat here. Yes, sing Survivor. Show us the talent. Not to say that your lip sync wasn't talent because you won. Okay. Seems like Cell will be on here in a second. Thank God. Okay. So how this will work, I am going to bring both of the finalists into the StreamYard. The ambulance. I'm gonna bring both the finalists into the StreamYard. I'm gonna give you about a 30-second period. Both of you, please get on camera. And if you can, lovely, cute. Oh, they're looking stunning. So true. Cell, I think you're sideways. We'll figure that out within the 30-second break, intermission. Other than that, I'll see you all in just a few moments, and then we'll say hi to our finalists. So give me 2 seconds. If I can find what I need. All right, BRB. I'm here with our finalists. Hold on, I'm lagging.
Oh my god.
Don't mind me. It's going to be weird, but that's okay. You two are not lagging. So, I wonder if I can like move around. Oh my god, can I move that around? Oh my god. See, now I'm in the middle. I got my two finalists next to me. That is, I never knew I could do that. So interesting. So, Sel and Claire, my lovely finalists. So how this will work, I will bring in the jurors one by one. We're going to start with Caitlin. So the first juror to the last juror, it means Maria will finish us all off. I'll go ahead and send Caitlin the link here shortly. However, before any of the jurors come in, you both prepared an opening statement, hopefully. Whoever wants to go ahead and give their opening statement first, please let me know. That means you'll do your closing statement last. So pick amongst one another who wants to do their opening statement first, closing statement last now. Don't make it too long.
My speech may be like 6 minutes. Is that okay?
That is totally fine. I'm not going to flag you too much for it. So long as it's not like a 15-minute speech like Bodhi did for his final plea.
I will not do that. We were actually, never mind. Yeah, it's very long. Do I just start?
If you want to go ahead and start, I'll remove myself and Claire, and then you'll get the floor.
Okay. I'm nervous now. I don't want to just
good luck, Betsy. Oh my god. Good luck. Okay. I love you. I love you. You look great.
All right, Sal, go ahead and give your speech now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I hate this so much. I prepared a really long speech. I explained almost every single detail of my game, just because I wanted to put it all out there to help with any questions in case there's last-minute changes. So I hope you're ready because I'm about to go on a spiral. Okay, so before I start my speech, I just want to let you guys know that it's very obvious how you guys feel about me and Claire. We both have talked a lot about this, and I refuse to entertain any negative energy. So if it does come to that point, you can criticize our game all you want, really. But like, if it gets to that point, it's going to be shut down immediately. So I just want to let you guys know, because the last game I played, it was very hostile, and I'm not going to do that again. Okay, so the beginning of this game was really rocky. When I start games, I normally don't start playing until a few weeks in, but this one I really went in full force. I started by constantly talking to everyone, and once I got to know who everyone was, I understood who the power players were going to be. I spent hours talking to Caitlin, Hongru, Saj, etc., because I knew from the get-go that you guys were going to be like the ones with the most influence in the house. And I planned on keeping my game like that for a while. But because of Caitlin, with peace and love, you've a loud mouth, and you told everyone that you knew me from 2015. So early game, everyone saw us as a duo, and they wanted us out. So in Cycle 4, that's when my game really, truly became like gamey. Pat, who was the first person I mentioned in my diary room about how much I loved and really wanted to work with him. Also the person that I told about this alliance that was made without him, that originally had him in it. He nominated me. And I mean, it hurt, but it was Cycle 4, and at that point, I was in game mode, and I didn't really want to win. I just wanted to ruin Pat's and his allies' games. But ultimately, I think that's why Cycle 5 went the way it did. Unfortunately, I was very intoxicated during that, and it led to very vulnerable decisions. And by that, I mean my HOH put my game in a vulnerable position. After my Vita win, I told everyone I gave up, and part of me truly wanted to give up. But with my friend and my close ally, Claire, love you, we patched up a perfect plan to not only have these punishments benefit my game, but place us in the middle of the house, opposite, like kind of on a side, but in the middle, and then but no one really connected us, and it truly put us in the best position of the game. Part of my strategy after punishments was to constantly talk to you guys and not give you a moment to think without me being there, and that's why when I had my punishments, I became suddenly more active. I wanted everyone's trust because I had no leverage in competitions. But not only was I able to infiltrate the side that actively wanted me out and became frenemies with my old bestie Pat, but at the same time, I was able to double play with the live, laugh, love side with Hongru and Saj. Claire and I played both like very similar games, but we put ourselves in such a position that no one could really afford to lose us, and that's what made us a really good duo. Not only did Derek leave on my HOH week, but after that, I was able to hide my relationship with Saj and Hongru to a content. After that, I planned to be the final nominee on Jared's HOH week, which he was very much aware of, so I can get my penalty votes out of the way, but also next to Allison, who had penalty votes, so I knew it would be easier. It would just be between me and her. Thankfully, Allison left, and the following week, Julia left, so my first HOH reign, the 3 people that I nominated left week after week, so back after back. Another thing is that Claire and I orchestrated was getting Hongru and Destiny to use their powers, so that me and her only held the advantages. Sorry. We both put in equal effort, but objectively speaking, I still had the better power in the end of the day, which I will explain in a second. I hinted multiple times on Gianna being a swing vote as well, which I want to think it influenced a little bit of Destiny blocking her vote multiple times. Destiny, if you didn't do that, your game would have lived longer. Hongru, we knew it wouldn't affect it, but in that last 15-minute time frame before eviction, we knew that I needed to pressure you into using your vote because we needed to have all the power. At that point, all that left was, like, I think it was Jared's vote, Destiny's single vote block, Claire's vote reveal, and I never had the Cupid's vote. FYI, I had a vote flip. If I was evicted or if anyone that I liked was evicted, I could flip it up to 5 minutes after the eviction. But because of my punishments, I didn't want to use it. I was in such a good position in the game that I was like, if I use this, it's going to show what side I'm on. But I will admit, the last half of the game didn't go as I planned. I didn't want Caitlyn to leave when she did, and I didn't want Shane to leave. Claire and I were the 2 votes to keep him, and Hongru was supposed to leave in Final 5. But in the long run, the end game matched up perfectly. It was really hard because on day 1, I really wanted to go to Final 3 with Saj and Hongru because I love you guys so, so much. But once I met Claire, I knew how to change that abruptly. So with that, unfortunately, leading to the fact that I was pretending to be pro Final 3, live, laugh, love, which was not true, which was okay in the end because Saj and Hongru end up going after each other. But throughout the game, I kind of had you guys do my dirty work, which put me, like, I'm not like the mastermind behind it, but from playing both sides and saying certain things to influence everyone's decisions, it kind of put you in a position to where you had to be on a certain side. In the end, though, Claire and I were very transparent as much as we could in the game, and I believe our games truly matched up. Not only are we tied with competition wins, and not to mention that I couldn't compete in 4 cycles, but also our strategy game was very similar. The only difference is I was on the radar the entire time, and Claire was under the radar. However you think is a better game, whether it's Claire flying by or me being able to consistently stay week to week after being one of the biggest targets, is truly up to your own opinion. Another major difference is Claire in my game is the connections we had. I do believe that I held stronger bonds than Claire did with other people, which is why Hongru saved me in Final 5 when I could have been easily gone. Or when Claire saved me in Final 4 and gave me the option to evict someone. There were so many opportunities for my allies to cut me, but they didn't do that because of how deep my connections were. Same thing for Claire. She could have been cut as many times as well, but because of us playing both sides, I could have purposely pinned everyone against each other. And she did the same thing to ensure both of our safety. But ensuring her safety ensured my safety more because I knew that Claire would do anything for me. Those are the things that I'm mostly proud of. And I hope this kind of shines light onto why I did the things that I did. These are my biggest accomplishments. I don't want to come off cocky. I'm sorry if I do. I just kind of wanted to throw it out there so that you guys knew. I tried to be honest with you guys in the end. Some of you didn't have a chance to, like Hongru and Mirio. I never got to tell you what I was doing in the end, which I planned to, all because Nathan is impatient. Fuck you, Nathan. But I hope you guys aren't bitter towards me. And like I said, I hope this opens your eyes more on my gameplay. I love you all deeply, and I would keep going, but my entire closing speech is going to be about you guys. So while my gameplay was opened up on a personal level, I hope you guys realize that I do really value the connections that I made. And when I evicted Mirio and I said that I don't mind losing, I truly meant it. But obviously I'm going to give it my all. But yeah, no, I value you guys so much, and I'm excited for your questions. But like I said, don't be mean. Like, I'll cry. I will literally cry on camera. I did it on my last finale. I will do it. And then thank you so much for opening up to me and being my friends during the game. And you guys mean the world. And that's it. Sorry for the long speech.
Nathan, I think you're muted.
Hi. All right. Sorry. I meant to say thank you, Sel. Claire, it is now your turn to give your opening speech. You can start whenever.
Hi, everyone. It's so good to see all of you again. I also want to start my speech by saying let's try to keep this positive. This is probably the last org I'm playing because college and all that fun stuff, but I want to keep it positive. I adore all of you on the jury. If you want to dig into my game, then dig into my game. I actually can't wait for it. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So that's why I wanted to just say that really quick before we begin. Starting this game off, I thought we were all on even ground. I knew no one going into this game unless having a 3-sentence conversation with Caitlyn, coincidentally, is knowing someone, but I thought coming in, we were all on even ground. I quickly realized that that wasn't the case, and people knew each other coming into this. There was a supposed pre-mates, there was supposed this, and there was supposed that. I knew immediately I had to do what I shine best at, which is my social game. So I wanted to be loyal, honest, and to myself. Those were the goals I had. But for the first few days, I really was lost on what to do. And that was until I heard one word that kept going around in every single conversation: gamey. Oh my God, this person's being gamey. Oh my God, this person's being gamey. Gamey, gamey, gamey. That is the word I kept hearing every time, week after week. And everyone kept on blowing their game up early in the game. You could see it with Jordy. You could see it with James. You could see it with Bodhi. And you could see it with Caleb. So I wanted to be that person that people could come to, that person people could talk to, and be an open, honest person. Because I want to use my genuine want to get to know people to also use it to my advantage. I wanted to start off strong and do something, because when I realized that people were knowing each other, that's why I wanted to win that first POV. I won that first POV, and then I instantly got closer to Shane, someone who I could tell immediately on the casting list was going to be a big player in this game. That's why I talked to Shane so much. I was like, okay, let's do something. Let's be together. And that's what I used to with my early bonds, by talking to so many people. I think the moment my game really started to pick up and I started to run into an issue was with the Derek week, because I knew Cell was getting into trouble, and me and Cell had just got off a long call about wanting to work together and wanting to be close together. So everyone really had no idea where I was in the game. I was a big question mark, and I used that to my advantage. It was probably the first time I really made a big strategic move, because I was the one that really wanted Derek up, and I was the person that was strongly motivated. Obviously, it wasn't all me, but I was really a big factor in wanting Derek to go up and go home. But when I realized that people thought I was a swing vote, and I was getting told, Claire, you're a swing vote, what do you want to do? Claire, you're a swing vote, what do you want to do? I decided, okay, it's time for me to use this and be indecisive so I can hear what people really want, and I can help dictate my future in the game. I knew for a fact I wasn't really going anywhere at that point in the game because of how many connections I was making. Because one thing that a lot of people kept bringing up as well is that there were so many alliance chats. Like 5 people had alliance chats, 6 alliance chats, you name it. The amount of alliance chats I had by week 4, 1. And it was an active one with, I think, Hangru, Shane, and Destiny. And I knew that wasn't something major. I wanted my personal relationships to be meaningful and wanted them to be connectful. And going into the jury, I knew that. I really feel like another thing that I strongly emphasized was Allison's week. Allison's week, Cell was on the block due to punishments, and I knew that Cell had such a big week and that they were a major target. I knew I had to do something to save one of the people I was closest to, so Allison had to be the target that week. But I didn't want to show how close I really was to Cell, so that's when I went to Saj, and I'm like, Saj, we need to vote out Allison. And when Saj was really keen on voting out them, I let Saj do the dirty work and be the main factor going into all this. I kept on saying we don't have the votes, we shouldn't go for Cell, and I kept playing on those punishment cards as much as I could. And that's the week Allison went home. And then even after that, I going into the jury, one thing I will say that I was very naive of, and was the whole side situation. Going into that jury, my game plan was to keep on being nice to everyone, because I knew that no one really had a reason to make me their main target. But when the whole side situation happened, I knew that's when I had to play the middle, and I had to be nice. I was able to use my bonds from the pre-jury that I worked up so much to be openly in the middle, and people knew I was in the middle. I made no effort to hide that. But every week, I had the luxury that other people didn't, of being able to talk to each side, of being able to do this and that. With Pat's week, I was able to tell Pat that the people were going after him, and people were considering to flip the vote on him, because people were just going after him playing gamey. By me allowing other people to blow up their own games by doing these big moves, I was able to keep slipping by week by week by week by week. And everyone kept on underestimating me. I will say I wanted Caitlyn to stay, and even while I was in the Galaxy, I was a main and huge factor on everyone's like, why did Jared flip their vote? Why did Jared flip their vote? Jared and me was basically my second duo that Cell wasn't here, and I'm the one that told Jared to flip his vote. And Shane didn't think I had the votes to keep Caitlyn when I absolutely had the votes to keep Caitlyn. And Caitlyn would have still been in this game if Shane just listened to me. I would have had so much more play, and I had made so many stronger connections going into this game. I want to say one of the biggest things that I did was the Diamond Power of Veto that I won. The Diamond Power of Veto that I won, I knew from that point, along with Cell's vote flip, that I had the luxury of I was safe. But I didn't want that to go to my head. I had to know the best way to use this to my advantage. And by using my social awareness, by viewing how the sides were going and who I thought I could truly be closer to, that's why I decided to take out Destiny on the week that Shane won. Because I knew no matter how much I wanted to save Shane, no matter how much I wanted to truly help and keep him in the game, the power was going way too much to their head. And even if I did decide to side with them on that week, that Destiny was not a player that I truly wanted to see myself going into on the end game. I truly do believe going into the triple that the most backstabby thing I had to do was get rid of Jared. And no, even though Jared, I'm 100% sure would have kept me as much as he could, I knew I had to, on that HOH, I had to quickly make a move, and that was cut them because I couldn't go back on my alliance. I truly think one of my biggest factors and strengths that people go over a lot is the less people are in the game, the more I kicked up my game a little bit and a little bit. I had the luxury of when people don't know you, you can choose that as a disadvantage or as an advantage. And I use that as an advantage. People didn't know the type of person I was. I got to make my own narrative on the type of person I was. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw me as a loyal, genuine, and honest person. And those are the type of people you want to work with when everyone's being gamey. So when I went into that final 6 and I knew this alliance of 5 of the Princess Peach's Pussies, best alliance, by the way, I knew I had to do something to further myself because of these pre-game connections that Saj had with Hongru, that Saj and Cell had. And I was able to do that by being honest. I was able to tell Mario that Hongru was the one that was leaking to Saj that they wanted to go for Cell and Saj. I was able to tell Hongru and Saj to go after each other because Saj was overplaying with making final 3s with Gianna, with everyone in the house. Those were a really tight-knit group that with my own strategic ability and my own social skills to make people trust me, I was able to infiltrate that pregame and put myself in a better position. As soon as that final 6 was over, there was no way I was ever in any danger. And I know that's going to sound cocky, but when Mario won HOH, the only way I could have been in danger is if Hongru saved Saj and then they chose to evict me, because I knew for a fact Mario wasn't never going to evict me and Cell was never going to evict me. So I was safe no matter what. And then the most vulnerable place I could have been at Final 4, you saw me. I completed those dares in that night. I won that POVs to make sure Hongru went home in that night. I needed to secure my spot in Final 3 and in Final 2, and I knew Mario and Cell would both take me. So I was never in any real danger in this game, and I was able to use my comp wins whenever I needed it to. Even though we were tied, I used it to my advantage in every single situation. I really hope that you can understand and see that even though my game wasn't nearly as flashy or big as some people were, I was always thinking one step ahead on how I could further myself, on how I could sit on these voice calls and listen and hear information on who the big players were, silently observing and knowing who I needed to take out next to make sure I was never the next target, to make sure I could listen in and truly understand who people were to further myself in this game. And I really look forward to all your questions. All right, that'll do.
Thank you, Claire. All right, I'm gonna bring back Cell.
I'm going to join on my computer. Hold on.
Okay.
How fitting. How fitting.
I'm changing Cell's name. Oh my god, it's not letting me. Whatever. Thank you. Okay. So how this will now work is this will go into the Q&A portion where I will bring back
Hello. This is embarrassing. I am lagging out. I guess maybe I'll just join on my phone again.
Okay.
That's my duo, everyone. That's my duo. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring back the jurors now. bring back Cell as well. Okay, hi.
I guess not. My thing's being stupid. I need to plug my phone in though, so give me a moment because my phone's about to die.
Okay, so Caitlin will be the first juror to be here. Caitlin, if you're here, time to get on camera. I see you backstage. I see you. Lovely. Okay, and so Caitlin will be first up. Caitlin will have 8 minutes to ask all the questions she needs. 8 minutes. I will be timing. Apparently, some of you don't know what 5 minutes is like, so this is it'll be 8 minutes, and then. So welcome back, our first juror, Caitlin. All right, Caitlin,
I really did
you'll
myself
have.
dirty by adding in the placement.
Huh?
The placement, my name.
Oh my god, Caitlin, you look lovely.
All right, Caitlin, your 8 minutes will start as soon as you start asking your questions. So I'll leave and then come back when you're done.
Oh, Nathan's fun. Good. It's just us. Oh, I'm in the middle.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, wait.
How are you doing?
Good. I love both of you. Congrats for making it all the way here. I've been rooting for you guys, even though other jurors may have not been. I'm going to start basic. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you both what you would consider to be your singular biggest move.
I think my biggest move was definitely during Final Six when the game really started to begin. I knew Nathan said, this is where you pick up your game, and I knew I had to. And going in when I had a Final Five, I knew I needed to make myself and put myself in a better position. So I was able to be honest and go and tell Mario about what Hongru was doing, and went to Hongru and told him what Saj was doing. And those weren't lies. That was a genuine, honest truth. And I feel like and I knew I didn't want Saj to be in that end game because I never felt like Saj was someone I could really work with near that end game. So I knew getting out Saj and making Saj the biggest target and going into after Gianna was evicted really just solidified my trust in other people. And I even made it so Hongru trusted me so much that he almost was in tears when using the veto on Cell, someone that they knew before the game. So I think that truly solidified my social adaptability.
I'm actually going to mirror off of that. My biggest accomplishment, I can't decide whether it is being saved with the Final Four veto or the Final Five, because at this point in the game, I had heard my name come up from everyone, from other people. So everyone was going to target me. I didn't consider myself as big as a target, but apparently I was. But it leads back to what I said in my thing. My strategy was to talk your guys' head off. I wanted to be in your ear consistently, and I wanted you to know what I was thinking. And so when I was on the block next to Saj, I did not feel safe whatsoever. I thought I was leaving. I knew I had Claire, but I don't know why, but I thought I was leaving. It ended up not being that way because Hongru saved me, but it's only because I consistently messaged our alliance chat, and I was like, Saj, message it too. We both were hammering Hongru. We sent funny memes that was like, I'll send it after this. But so I truly think having Hongru save me and then having Claire save me the week after, because I lacked very bad in the last competitions except the final HOH. And I was in a very vulnerable position. It kind of reminded me of after my HOH reign when I was like, I'm leaving next. I have all these punishments. But yeah, I think it all leads to having my allies keep me no matter what. Even if I was considered a threat by everyone. So yeah, that's it.
Throughout the game, I know both of you probably consider yourselves as people that played in the middle, right? Yes. Yes. Go ahead. Yes. Nod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, while playing in the middle, how did you manage to bounce from side to side? And in the end, why did you go with the side you decided to go with?
Ooh, this one's easy. Okay. So playing in the middle was fairly easy for me just because of my punishments. I used that to my advantage to make sure that no one actually came after me because there was no reason to. I was an easy boot. They could have gotten me out on the 4th cycle that I was a sitting duck on, So it was very easy doing that. Caitlin, you actually did play a big part in me coming onto the other side because I originally started with Saj and Hongru, as you know, because we had the Day Trippers Alliance. But like I said, being your friend made me grow closer to Shane. Now, Shane might not have trusted me as much as I wanted him to, but I was in a position where he could not afford losing me. And whether that's true or not, I feel like he would go after other people before me. And even up until his eviction, I feel like he would go after other people. So it was very easy figuring out which side to pick, because in the end, I know I said I wanted you and Shane to stay, which I do believe wholeheartedly. And I think Claire's the same way. We wanted you to stay. It's just the Saj and Hongru side had so much power that I had no choice but to flip over. And the moment I truly flipped over, which was like a done deal, that's when everyone knew that I was on Saj and Hongru and Claire and all their side, was when I was evicting Destiny, because I was going to evict her no matter what. No matter what anyone told me, Destiny was going to have my vote to leave. And it was really hard because I didn't want to lie. Like, I didn't want to tell Shane and everyone, I didn't want to lie and say I was keeping her, because I wasn't going to. And in the final moment, that's when it happened. But it happened during the triple, so it was very fast-paced. But yeah.
I think the reason I was able to bounce to sides, because Caitlin, you know this for a fact, you and Shane were my original final three. That's who I wanted to go with the end with from the start. We bonded so closely during the Awake-a-thon. We were like, that was my trio. But Caitlin, you are also someone, and Shane as well, who drove me away to play in the middle, because I remember you telling me, we had this conversation of you telling me how to play both sides. You told me how you played both sides. And you said in one of your old competitions, because I always listen, that, these two people were going to keep me no matter what, so I threw the final three HOH. That stuck in my head so much that I knew for a fact that when I won the Cycle 6 veto, and you just thought I was instantly using it on you, that even if I went to the final three with you and Shane, you would have thrown that comp. And if you tell me otherwise, you would have thrown that comp so fast. So I knew I needed to adapt. I needed to change. So that's why I was able to play in the middle. And I was able to keep my genuine connection to you, my genuine connection to Shane and Mario and Cell and Saj, who I kept working with the whole time. So I was able to bounce and bounce and bounce. But it wasn't me, but it was me bouncing strategically, but it was also because of my social connections that I was able to keep with all of you.
How much time do I have left?
I can't count.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I'm lagging, but yeah, 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, you really are lagging, like, really badly. Is there anything that you guys didn't get to say in your original speeches that you want to speak about? Like, any specific moves that maybe got glossed over?
I think the last thing I want to deliver, and I want to really drive home to people, is how aware I was of what people were doing on voice calls. Because people would call me every single time. People would try to call me. Cell would call me. Saj would call me. You would call me. Shane would call me. And while I would not comment much on the calls, I was always listening. I was always taking what you guys had said, and I was putting that in my pocket, or I wasn't commenting. I was always listening and saying, okay, I can use that. I use that with you, Caitlin. I use that with Saj. I use that with Hongru, and I did use that with Cell. I always would listen, and I would use that to my advantage and in my arsenal for the next game move. So that's something I definitely wanted to touch up on.
To bounce back off of that, I do want to say I'm not saying that I played a perfect game. I know I've been talking a lot about my accomplishments, but I do want to say that I had a lot of flaws. But the thing that makes up for it is I had Claire. See, I didn't call a lot of people. I don't even think I called, I don't think I ever called Jared or Pat or a lot of people. I didn't actually call them one-on-one because I just don't like calling. This is the first time I've actually been face-to-face on call this entire season. And but to make up for that, there was Claire, who was calling everyone, who was by my side telling me everything. So at that point, I knew exactly what to text them or how to word my words and what to say to really appeal to them to make sure that I was put in a good position. But it also worked hand in hand with Claire because I did the same thing for her for what she lacked in. So we really made up for each other's weaknesses.
Please wrap it up.
Fuck you, Nathan.
Sorry.
I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you. You won just for
I
that.
wish my laptop worked because my name was Cell anti-Nathan, and I think that really speaks volumes about me.
No, I changed it. I was like, Anyways, Caitlin.
I love both of you guys. Best of luck going forward with the rest of the statements. I can't wait
Love
to talk
you.
to you. This is all over.
I love you so much, and we're
At
talking
reunion.
after this. You know
Yes,
it.
Better make it
All right, Caitlin, I'm going to remove you from the StreamYard. You are free to watch through the YouTube chat and stream, and then feel free to discuss amongst the Jury Hub about your thoughts and opinions.
I will.
So All right. Thank you, Caitlin. Okay. So up next, hopefully the lag gets better. We have Pat. I'll wait for Pat to get on camera. And once Pat is prepped, ready, and gives me the thumbs up backstage. Oh my God, that outfit. Okay, so we're bringing in our next juror. He is looking fun and dapper, hot and sexy. I'm a little aroused.
I'm horrified.
All right, welcome our next juror, Pat.
Hello, everybody.
All right, Pat, you will have 8 minutes.
I love
Wow.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God, we're getting
The way
upstage.
that
No, we're getting.
you should be a finalist just for that.
You should be a finalist.
I was
You're
literally
upstage.
ready for it, but I guess
You're
not. Thanks,
upstaging
guys. Okay, so my first main question is, how do you think your games differentiate from each other mostly?
Ooh, do you want to go, Claire? You can go.
You can go. It's okay.
Okay. I did touch up this in my speech, but I will go over it a little bit more in detail. The real difference between Claire and I's game is our connections to people. We connected to different people, which I mean did benefit us in the end, which was a planned, right? But the most like defying thing was I was always on the radar, especially because of Cycle 4. Thanks, Pat. Cycle 5 put me on the radar. It made me a target. It really did. And I heard my name constantly after that. I was supposed to leave the next week or the week after. And because of my punishments, everyone wanted me gone for just a little bit of time until I was on both sides for a little bit. But it's really different because Claire I never heard your name being thrown out unless it was like near the end when people were like, yeah, Claire's like obviously playing both sides. And I would have to like go along with it because I didn't want anyone to know that we were together. But yeah, it's more so I played a flashy game and I was very impulsive, which is literally my middle name, while Claire is more of a patient person. There you go.
Yeah, I'll bounce off that because that's completely true. And Sal can agree with me. We both knew this and we played to that so keenly that we covered for each other's weaknesses. Whenever Sal was impulsive, I would say, too impulsive, I'd say, okay, Sal, hold on, let's wait. And when I was scared to pull the trigger, Sal would be like, no, Claire, we're doing this. And yes, Sal was always a target, but my name never came up. You never heard my name. My name was almost never a target. And when people really started looking at me, like after that, after the triple, when people started looking at me, I kicked it up into such a high gear. The difference between our game was that while I was super under the radar and Sal was able to have connections made, I was able to adapt and flip coming into this with no one. Like, I think my adaptability is out of this world. And I feel like the main difference is while I was under the radar and Sal was, very flashy, I was still able to be very keenly aware on what I needed to do. I never was in a spot where I needed to save myself because I already had the numbers with the connections that I made. And the most vulnerable part that I would have been at going into, I won the Final Four HOH and I won the Final Four veto. And then at Final 3, they were both taking me.
Oh, you think Mario would have taken you into Final 2? That was one of my questions that I wanted to know.
He absolutely, yeah, he can tell you himself. Yeah,
Okay.
he can tell you himself.
Okay. Another question is, you say that you were like safe the whole time and you didn't have a whole lot to worry about, but do you think you got there at all by lying unnecessarily?
I feel like
Not
The
you. I'm
only-
only asking Claire this. Sorry, Phil.
the only
Thanks,
time
God.
I can,
I would like
the
to
only
say-
time I think I can say I genuinely lied was a little bit to Shane. Otherwise, whenever I had conversations in mind with people, I tried to give like the best answer for them as well without blowing up a game. I don't feel like I genuinely tried to lie because I don't like to lie to people. So I genuinely tried to not lie. The only time I really think I truly lied to someone was at the Shane. It was to Saj about voting you, actually, because they were like, oh, I told people, yeah, I'm gonna evict Shane. Yeah, I'm gonna evict Shane. That was definitely my biggest lie on your vote, Pat. There was no way in hell I was ever evicting Shane at that point. But I knew that when the numbers weren't there, I talked to Jared and I told Jared, you need to make sure you're on this side of the vote so I can say that I'm flipping. That was honestly the biggest lie I told this season, and that was probably the only one that majorly impacted. Yes.
And you lied to me too about that, right? You
Did I
told
lie
me you
to
were
you?
voting to keep me.
Yeah, I
told
was
me
voting
when you
Nikito at first.
You,
I
yeah,
was voting
okay. But you never told me anything otherwise.
Yeah, I never told you anything otherwise. Nope.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that out.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of playing the game with me?
You're gonna hear this in my closing speech, but my favorite thing was how I was Bowser in the PMs and you were Peach, but you were in Bowser's flamethrowers and loyal to them. But I was loyal to Princess Peach's the entire
Very
time.
funny.
But I was Bowser. I was like, I didn't realize this until I was writing my closing speech. I was like, how did it end up like this? Like, cause like, look at my hair, look at me. I'm Bowser, and like, no one can tell me otherwise. But
I think my favorite part of playing with you, Pat, is even though I personally feel like there was always this barrier between us to truly working closely, which I wanted to do for such the longest time with you.
I don't disagree. Yeah.
I feel like we were both very honest and like anytime we could have a conversation with, listen, so I will come over there and I will kick your ass. I'm talking into the microphone.
no, someone just crawled behind Pat.
Oh yeah, I know
Called
they.
me out.
Yeah, Patrick, they totally saw.
No,
it.
no, you're ruining my spotlight.
Go ahead.
I think, Pat, even though there was this barrier that truly stopped us from working to each other, I genuinely liked that we both were aware of that, but we could still genuinely have like game conversations and we could talk to each other. And it was always very refreshing. It was very nice because your type of character was something I liked in this game.
Right, because we were both in the middle, so I felt like we would benefit each other's game a lot going forward. And I will agree, I didn't know what I was getting with you. And going forward into the game, even after my eviction, you still did things that surprised me. I will say that. So, based on what people were telling me, I assumed what I knew about you going into the game. And I would say you, unfortunately, to my play of the game, you lived up to what you were told you were being, whatever. So I would say that while one of you had like little hype behind your name and you were able to get to the end, to me personally, I'm not gonna lie, it's more impressive to have a target on your back the entire time and still get there the way Cell did. So there's a lot to be said for the rest of how this is going to go down, but I'm obviously leaning one way towards another. One, based on a lie that bothers me still to this day, and two, based on how good of a game I really think Cell played. So,
Thank you. I literally
Yeah.
cried. No, I'm gonna go off camera.
no, I'm just
I
being
will-
honest. So,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. How much time do I have left?
Nathan,
Nathan.
what's the time? I'll be the Nathan.
45 seconds. Sorry, my thing is so laggy. I'm not gonna show my face right now. It's just gonna be a still
Okay.
image.
What's your favorite colors?
Yellow,
Red.
actually.
I like red.
Okay. Good answers.
Pat, where did you get your outfit
Okay.
from? I gotta know.
Amazon, actually. My friend was having a nice tea party, so
Amazon.
we decided to get
Are you
fancy.
in
Yeah, a nice Amazon, you know.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Trying to eat
Dang.
right
Amazon.
now.
Yeah. Actually,
It's
Louboutin,
cute,
that's
though.
what
I
I
love
meant to say.
Okay, Pat, your time is up. I'm gonna get my little ringer here in like literally 2 seconds. It's gonna be Ariana Grande.
Why is there a pause screen on Nathan's face?
Why is there a
I'm so
what?
confused. Hey Nathan,
Okay,
sweetie,
and-
fix your Wi-Fi, please.
My
Like,
Wi-Fi
I
is
have shit
fine.
Wi-Fi, and I
I
can't
feel
hear
like
you.
I'm not lagging right now.
Actually,
Okay,
Pat, why
anyways.
don't you can be the host. Sorry, Nathan.
No,
you've
the
been
Wi-Fi
replaced.
here is terrible, actually,
make-
so no. That's why
I
I'm in the
make the
kitchen.
rules.
Okay, Pat, thank you. I'm gonna send you away. I'm gonna remove you from the StreamYard, and then you can watch through the YouTube link. But thank you.
Bye.
Okay, Destiny is not here, which means we are moving on
Still can't hear
to
you, buddy.
You can't hear me?
I can hear him. I can hear
Peace
you.
and love. I can't hear you. I can hear Claire, but I can't hear Nathan.
Oh,
Really? I know
can
I'm
hear
like
you.
lagged right now.
Maybe
like
it's
on
my
this.
Wi-Fi. Maybe I'm just roasting myself
Okay.
during all this.
Can you hear me? Claire, you,
You
can
just
hear
all
me,
need
right?
Wi-
I can hear you, Nathan.
Okay.
I can't
Well,
even see Nathan.
Well, it's because I turned my camera
Like
off
I can
because I was
hear
like,
and see
lagging.
Claire perfectly, but I can't see Nathan.
Oh my god, you guys keep
Claire's
talking
name or my
over
thought?
each other because Sal, you keep
Fuck you,
talking over
Shut
Nathan.
up. I can't hear you, but let me speak.
Okay, so
Is
up
that
next
your
we are
turn, Sal?
bringing.
Just do it. I don't gotta hear you.
Okay, Sal, shut up. Shut up.
Shush. Okay, up next we have Shane. Destiny could not make it, which means we are bringing in Shane. Hello, Shane.
Hello.
All right,
Hello.
Shane, you will have 8 minutes. I'll leave. Sorry. Go.
First off, congratulations on
wait, am I-
making-
Me. Let me disconnect. I can't hear Shane.
Oh no. Oh, alone with Shane.
solidifies my jury vote.
Oh, good. Thank you. Can I go now?
Okay,
Oh, good.
you can ask me Oh no, I paused again. I thought, oh wait, maybe it's like we're like going in and out. We're like maybe. I've closed all my tabs. Hopefully my computer's not overloaded now. Okay.
How's it going, Claire?
Oh my god, this feels so familiar. Oh, fucking Sal's back. Not again.
All right, so can
Not
you hear
again.
me?
Is that what I
No,
just heard?
no. No.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
say anything.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
better not be going into my time. Like, I got some questions.
Let's
so
just
can you?
let's take time.
Sal, can you hear Shane or no?
I can hear Shane.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna get started. First off,
Okay.
congratulations on Final Two. Both of you have played excellent games. When I say that I am truly undecided, I mean it, and I'm probably one of the few people who actually is undecided on the jury right now. So now is your chance to sway my vote. Yeah, so first off, Claire, I just want to speak to one thing that you said during your speech, which was that I never knew that the votes were there to keep Caitlyn. I absolutely knew that the votes were there to keep Caitlyn, and I chose to not do that to weaken you. Because as you were very well aware, I was aware of your position in the game, and I knew that you would be my biggest competition to winning, which is ironic that the two of you were the two people that kept me because I was stringing you both along to eventually get you out. So my first question is for Sel. Sel, a lot of the jury have been comparing notes, and you said a lot of varying things to a lot of different people about your game that contradict. For example, in your goodbye message to me, you said that you knew you'd be the reason that I left, but yet you were almost the reason that I stayed. If it weren't for you, I would have gone out the door unanimously, the two of you. And other jurors heard similar things about you being the reason they got out. So please defend why you told the jury contradictory things about your game, instead of just owning how you played, owning that you wanted me out since week 3, which I knew, obviously, which is why I told Pat to put you on the block week 4. And so just why didn't you own your game when you had the chance to with a lot of jurors? There was a lot of like wishy-washiness, and that rubbed a lot of us the wrong way.
So I guess it does come off very weird, but when I explain it, it will make sense. When I was playing, I purposely pitted the houses against each other. I predicted almost exactly the house split that I thought it was going to be. Only person I got wrong was Destiny. I was in my DR talking about it the entire time. I purposely tried to make the house split. I fed, it started off with Hunguru and Saj. I fed them a lot of information about you and like just lies. I would tell them straight up lies. Like, listen, guys, like Shane's saying all this stuff. And then you would actually say it. And then I would have screenshot proof, which is what I did send a lot of screenshots about you around, but it was only you because you're the only one who sent screenshots about me. So, but I truly do believe I'm not the sole reason at all, because it was going to end up that way anyways. And you guys ate that shit up so well because I had so many punishments that a lot of people didn't assume I was lying. Now, Shane, I know you're one of the people who were weary about me, but like I said in my speech, you had so many other people that you wanted out before me. Yeah, you were targeting me, but not at the moment. And that was the entire plan. And I'm sure Claire feels a little bit the same way. But in my eviction speech, or other eviction speeches, I did vocalize that I didn't want you to leave. I didn't want Caitlyn to leave when you guys did leave. Yes, I did make you a bigger target by all of the shit that I said around to people. But you left when I wanted you to stay. And that's what really that's why it like conflicts each other. But I wanted Hongru, Saj, Caitlyn, all of them would actually like keep going after each other actively. And but the moment I evicted Destiny, I knew that was all out the door. I knew I had to actually get you out, which I didn't want to. I really didn't want to. And I was like, part of me was hoping you were evicted, but part of me also wanted to keep you because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to win this game. I don't know how I'm going to
Sorry to cut you off. Wait,
It's-
sorry to cut you off, but we don't have a lot of time. I don't feel like you're actually answering my question because you're basically just saying the exact same thing. Tell me why you told the jury separate things in the way that you felt.
Can I know the specific one so I can pick each one? Because I need the specifics because I thought I just explained everything. I did make you guys a target, and that's why I said in some goodbye messages that I was the reason why some of you guys left. I wasn't the main reason. I was one of the reasons though. But like I said, I didn't want you to leave in some certain situations because I had an entire timeline that I wanted my game to follow. So yes, it does conflict each other. I wanted you out, but I didn't want you out then. I made you a target, but it wasn't supposed to be for then. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you. So Claire, I don't have a specific question for you because I think I'm probably one of the only people that understands your game on the jury in full because I had probably the best idea of how it started and ended from beginning to end. So I'm gonna ask you both a general question and this is where like my eviction comes into play. Like Gianna is the reason that I got evicted right then because like that would have not happened if it weren't for Gianna. But both of you have attributed your moves quite strongly. There's no denying that. You both have played impressive games. But without the jury and other players, a lot of these moves would have been impossible. In fact, I think a lot of the things that you all take credit for can be claimed by a lot of different people. So with that being said, talk to me about a time where you are at the mercy of somebody else besides one another, you and you the final two, and sometime in the game where someone else made a move that actually detrimented your game and how you got out of it. Not a punishment, not like whatever that is, something that actually did not go well for your game and how you got out of it.
I agree with you, Shane. I totally agree with you. My game, and I think this is something that people don't understand, that yes, I feel like I played a great game, but a lot of my game depended on other people. You could have blown up my game at any time, Shane. Saj could have blown up my game at any time. Hongru could have blown up my game at any time. Cell could have blown up my other game at any time, but you didn't because you needed me, and to some extent you needed me because Shane, me and you, we both knew we were on to each other for a long time, but they needed me, so I was at the mercy of everyone in the cast like a long time because I gave them such crucial information that they needed, and if they wanted to blow my game up, they could, but either they didn't because they trusted me or they needed me, and I knew that. So I really do feel like I was at the mercy of a lot of the cast. I think the biggest detriment and thing that went wrong for me was definitely during the triple eviction when I put up Gianna and Saj and didn't win the veto that Saj won because I wanted Saj out that week, but I had to pretend like I didn't. It put me in a spot where I had to put up Jared, and I had to send someone out that I didn't want to go out of the game because I know Jared would have never voted to evict me. If I had my choice, I would have kept the nons the same right there and made the nons Gianna and Saj, but I couldn't because I didn't pull out that comp. That is definitely the place that sucked for me.
So
Okay, you said not each other though, because there's a few, but since my
Not
game
each other.
revolves around what you said, I'll make it quick. So I think the biggest time where I was at someone, like I was begging someone.
yeah,
Oh, I don't know what you said. Okay, but I think the biggest time was when Hungry won veto. I realized. I can't hear anyone. Never mind. I don't know. Is this? Can you guys hear me?
No, we can hear you. Just keep going. Yeah, we can hear you. Keep going.
No? Oh, I was just so confused. Okay. But yeah, I think it was Hongru. Yeah, because at that moment, I truly believed I was leaving. In the long run, I realized I wasn't. But in that moment, I was like, fuck, I'm leaving. Like, I'm going to leave. Because I tried so hard to win that veto because we were planning on Hongru to leave that week. And Hongru, when I was like, literally anyone can tell him that he was the plan to leave this week, and I'm gone. I'm gone. Because Hongru and Mario were like together, you know, and then Claire obviously was a vote for me, but it wasn't all of them. But yeah, that was it. Nathan's here, so I'll stop.
Thank you.
Can I say one more thing just because I lost a bunch of time?
Make it brief, please.
It's just a statement. I really would advise for the rest of the jury section, you guys listen to what we're saying and answer with direct answers that don't avoid the question. I feel like I didn't really get the answers to the questions that I was hoping for. I think, Sel, a great question the way you should have answered that question was how you even became a target in the first place, because you were at the mercy of so many different people. And so I would love to see you answering people's questions more directly and owning your games more, because right now I don't feel like I have any more clarity on who I want to vote for. So best of luck for the rest of the time, and I'm looking forward to casting my vote.
All right. Thank you, Shane. I'll go ahead and remove you now. If I can find you. There you are. Bye. Okay. Up next, we have Jared backstage, ready to ask his questions. Jared, give me a thumbs up in the camera so I can see you're good to go. Awesome. So welcome our next juror, Jared. All right. Jared, you will have 8 minutes. Whenever you start asking your questions, that's when your time will start. So good luck.
Okay. Well, congratulations on making it to the end. First off, I want to start this by saying I contemplated not even showing up to this question because I feel no more betrayed than by the two of you. Like, crushed me. This was the first I've ever done of something like this. And I want to start with Sel because I really tried to find my footing, which was similar to Claire. But even in like my goodbye message, you said you were connected to people beforehand. I knew that you had played a few of these before, but I honestly kept an open mind that people would take in new people and play it. But I feel like your game relied on prior connections, and there weren't as many game moves that I saw. How would you defend yourself against that?
With that, a lot of my connections, yes. The people that I knew entering the game was Caitlin, Saj, Hongru. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. But Caitlin, it was hard because Caitlin and I were really good friends at one point in time, but we hadn't talked in like a year. So I didn't consider that a connection. I entered thinking that she would come after me. Saj and Hongru, I hadn't talked to Saj since July. So that was also a long time. And plus with Saj and Hongru, I was their host. I wasn't playing, like when they were playing the game, I wasn't their friend. I was their host. And so entering the game, yes, I knew them, but it was more of so, is this an advantage or a disadvantage? Because I know these people's games because they played my game. Yeah, Caitlin played a long time ago, Saj played a long time ago, but Hongru played recently and I know their games and they could easily come after me for that. And for that, what I did was not only was I working with them, but I purposely was trying to talk to everyone else. So if anything ever came up, it would come back to me. Yeah, it was an advantage and a disadvantage. In the end, it ended up helping me just because of the connections that I made throughout the game. I do think that I was not as close to these people until this game started.
Well, I do want to say at the start of the game, I liked your personality and I really enjoyed your vibe. And I felt connected with you from the start. So I hope it wasn't fake, but I really liked you throughout the game. So congratulations. Now, Claire, when I say I found a best friend in the game, I thought it was you. I was going to take you to the end. I thought you played the best game. I saw your game from beginning to end, week 1 to where I left. And when you won that head of household, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it to final 6. We're going to go all the way. And like literally in my mind, you could have put anyone else up and Gianna would have gone home. But you put me up. And I think you destroyed any relationship we had in that moment. And I was like, why? What was the reason? Like the whole triple eviction was a hot mess for you. And I don't understand it.
Jared, you, by all means, by anyone on this cast who deserves to like feel that way towards me, it's you. You are the person I did dirty the most in this game. I can say that. You and me, we made a duo, and I genuinely wanted to stick with that duo the entire time. But what ended up happening from my POV was everything when you and Saj started to go after them, I knew that Saj had like a lot more backing than you did, and from my POV, it was hard for other people to trust you during that triple. Yes, I could have put someone up to backdoor that wasn't you, but when I had an entire alliance chat wanting you out that week on my HOH, if I put up someone else, I didn't want to lose that trust I had with that alliance to save you. Yes, I knew that if I saved you, you would have taken me to the end, and I would have loved taking you that far because I knew I had you, but I trusted that I could make it with the people of this alliance chat given my own slot in the game.
I don't know. This is a hard question and answer session for me because outside of you two, like I really connected with Shane. Like and there were a lot of people I felt connected with, but on a friendship level, I feel like the week I went home was kind of hard. So I'm sorry about that question. I also respect your game a lot, Claire. I probably saw your game more than anyone else. And a lot of the decisions in this game were made by you. But I mean, some of them were by me too. We were a duo, so we shared responsibilities. I honestly don't even know any other questions. Like, I just want to know more about your guys' games and like, what was the most honest moment you had with me in this game?
Jared, when I said I wanted to be a duo with you and that me and you both were like seen as like basically the outcasts, like people wouldn't talk to us, or like people would like we didn't have those pregame connections that everyone did. Cause like you and me, we talked about this, like, oh, everyone knows someone, and then me and you are just sitting here not knowing anyone. So when I said I wanted to be a duo with you and I seriously wanted to work with you for the long time, I genuinely meant that. And I seriously adore you on such a level. You don't understand. And honestly, if that wasn't a live triple eviction and I had more time to myself to think about it, I can't say with 100% certainty that, oh yeah, I wouldn't have put you up. But it definitely wouldn't have been such an instant decision like I had to do in that moment.
I don't know. So what was your most honest moment with me in the game?
I think the moment that we connected the most, there was a okay. So I think that there was this one point in the game where just actually this happened multiple times, but this is the one that I connected to you the most on. There were points in the game where I doubted myself, and I truly was like, I don't know what's happening in the game. When I told people that I didn't know what was happening, I actually meant it, because there were some points in times where I was like, I am just like, lying to myself. I don't know what's going on. These people are gonna backstab me. And there was this one day where I was like, I don't know who to talk to. Like, and I remember texting you and like just being like, it wasn't a very long conversation, but I remember it was true honest. Like it was honesty. Like I was like, I texted you and I was like, I truly don't think that I'm going to stay longer in this game, because I did think that. And I told you, and I was like, I really want to work with you. And then we both mutually talked about how we hadn't been that close in the game. Primarily because you were very obvious with Shane, and Shane was very obvious with wanting me out in the early game. So it really put a wedge between us. But in that moment when I was messaging you, I truly was like, I really do want to work with you. And that's when we started that other alliance. And then things kind of just went downhill from there, just because of everyone else's influence and just how the things went out. But I truly...
Well, I want you to know I'm not going to go into this decision with any bitterness. I love you both. You've been great friends throughout the game, and you played great games, so you deserve it, whoever wins.
All right. Thank you, Jared. You'll be removed from the StreamYard. Feel free to keep watching through the YouTube link and then keep discussing with the Jury Hub. Other than that, that's all I need from you, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, we got the Queen Bee. Please welcome Gianna. Gianna, your time will start as soon as you begin asking questions.
I'm so sorry that I'm crying at this point. I was fine. I was totally fine. But once Jared came on, I truly felt him. Because I kind of felt like that's how I was too in the game with you all. I don't know if you two really wanted to try to work with me or not. And I tried so hard to talk to you all and get to know you all. And I don't even know where my position was at this game between working with you all. So my question is, was there any point of the game that either of you two wanted to work with me or try to work with me, or did you just seriously just want me out of the game? Whoever wants to go first, they can.
Gianna, I can easily say, as a fellow African American woman, on a personal level, when I came into this, I heard oh, it's Gianna, and I knew your reputation, and I didn't know why people liked you so much. But talking to you in the short means you beat to your own drum and you are yourself, and I respected that so much. But to answer your question, and I'm going to be honest with you, there were people that I just felt closer with, and I can't really say that. Yes, Gianna, I really wanted to work with you. When you were talking to me that whole day, I respected you so much, but you being here was a strength. You were really close with Saj, and I couldn't let that happen, so I couldn't keep you there. And you tried so hard. So I'm sorry, Gianna, but really, there wasn't a strong point in the game where I wanted to work with you. I'm sorry.
Sal, are you there?
Sal, is your camera broken? Oh no. I'll give her a minute. I think she's frozen right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She'll come back, but
Seems as if we have technical difficulties. Once Sal is situated, they will be back.
Okay.
Gianna, this won't go against your time. Don't worry.
Okay. Claire, what's your favorite moment in the game?
My favorite moment in the game, sorry, now I'm getting emotional too, was I started this game and looking at this cast, and I had no confidence in myself. I thought, wow, why was I put on this cast? These people are so amazing, so awesome, so cool. And then there's me, someone not cool, someone unattractive and ugly, and it's like, why am I on this cast with these amazing people? And I'm like, for the longest time, I truly did not think I deserved to win. I truly didn't think I deserved to win this game, and I thought everyone above me was better. I think my favorite moment of this game was after the triple, when my DR guests and me all talked, and I sat there for myself, and I'm like, I made it this far. I didn't get here by doing nothing. I played the game and I showed, and I think I was really happy with myself that this moment there, that I had a clarity of saying, I deserve to win this game. And that was my favorite moment. All right, so I'll let you go.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, Sal, I think you're good now.
I can't see anything, but I'm going to go ahead. I want to start off, I'm so sorry that you feel this way. I want you to know that because my last game, very emotional, and I want you to know that I never did anything to hurt you that way. I want you to know that. And seeing you cry, really breaks my heart. I worked a lot with Saj, so I really wanted to work with you. At one point in time, I really wanted to go to the end game with you and Saj. And plus, we connected because we're both, you live 4 minutes from me. And, I've never met anyone online who was, that close to me. We have very, similar interests. We talked about things, and then I would see things that we talked about that I never saw before, and it, made me really happy. And, I really do value. I want to say that real quick because, it really, I don't want you to feel like you're, that, you know what I'm saying? So, at that moment I wanted to work with you, but after that, I don't think, just because of the way that my allies lined up and what their agenda was, it had to line up with mine because I had to follow that in order to save my own game. So in the beginning, yes, but near the end, I did not know. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Okay, I asked Claire this. So, what was your favorite moment of the game?
My favorite moment of the game, like out of the entire game, God, I really loved Zingbot because there wasn't really any moments in the house chat where all of us got together and like really talked. One of the few moments that we did was like Final Five. Like it was just all of us on voice call, and it wasn't like no one, like everyone was in jury. Like a lot of people were gone. But Zingbot really brought us together. We all roasted each other and laughed about it. And we all just had fun. And I honestly think that was my favorite part.
All right. That's truly all I have. My vote is still up in the air. I'm going to listen to all the other questionings and see who I'm going to pick. But congratulations to you both. And let's see who's going to win.
We love you, Gianna. We seriously do.
All right. Thank you so much, Gianna. I love you very much. You can continue to watch through the YouTube stream, or you can just chill out backstage if you want. Up to you. But that is all I need from you. So I'll go ahead and remove you now. All right. Up next, we have our 5th placer. Saj, if you can get on camera, give me a big old thumbs up when you're ready. I see you. All right. Up next, I'm bringing in Saj. Saj, you'll have 8 minutes. Have fun. Good luck. And yeah.
Hey, what's up? Yo, I know it's super emotional right now, but oh, there we are. There we are. Say what up to your favorite bad bitch from Sri Lanka. All right. So I know it's super emotional right now. And, you know, even though like I'm holding the screwdriver right now that you both shoved into my back in this game, I just want to let you know that like, you know, it's a game. I don't really care. I think you both played amazingly. But I just want to ask you guys to think from a different perspective, despite the last couple, like 10 minutes or so. What was the most villainous move you made? And what I want to really see here is just reflecting on previous jurors' sentiments, especially in the beginning, about really ownership and making sure that you really show what other people did and then how you played into what other people did to further your own games. And I just want to see 2 moves each from you where you really exemplified a villainous move. Did you hear that?
I'm trying to let Sel go first in case they're
move was definitely getting Derek out. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh my God, not my makeup. It's bad.
You're good.
Can you hear me now? Okay, so I think my villainous move was definitely getting out Derek. Because at that time, Derek, right before he left, I knew that I was one of Derek's closest allies. But in that moment, Derek wasn't one of my closest allies. I didn't consider him. And like, it just was very villainous in my opinion, because that was someone who really had a lot of trust in me. And a lot of trust in my allies who helped me backdoor Derek. So.
Can I say 3 instead of 2? Because there's just 3 that come to mind. Is that okay? Okay. First one, and I still feel bad about this, was saving you over Julia. I knew in my head saving you was the better game move. It was straight up the better game move for me. But I just saved Julia with veto, and I knew Julia would never go against me. And Julia was so nice and so supportive of me those 2 weeks. I truly did just use the veto on Julia because, yes, I knew that Julia would be loyal to me and there'd be an ally in that, but I knew she was feeling bad. And then the next week, I tell Julia, oh, I'm saving you no matter what. And I truly meant that at that moment. But when I disconnected myself from the head, I knew I had to evict them. And that was so villainous, and I hate that. The next move I touched on already. It's getting rid of Jared. Jared was someone who never would have voted me, probably wanted to go to Final 2 with me. And instead of putting up someone else, I got rid of them. And that one really hit me. And I really just got rid of Jared. And I think the last one is Mario and me over. We were always really close, and I would always go to Mario and I would say, "Hey Mario, you need to do this. Hey Mario, you need to do that," because people would think you're underestimated. But during the final 5 to like final 6 after the triple onward, Mario was always like, "Oh, we're going to final 2. I trust you. You're my best friend in this game." And I would always hype up Mario. I'd say, "Yeah, oh yeah, Mario, we're so good. I got you," knowing full well that the person I wanted to sit next to at final 2 was Cell, knowing that full well. And I didn't have the heart in me to say, "Yes, I'm going to final 2 with Mario." I'd always laugh it off or I would like chuckle, but it was really mean of me. So I just wish there was something better I could have done instead of just saying, like, probably having the guts and telling Mario, "No, I'm not." I should have said at the final 3, "No, Mario, I'm not taking you at final 2," because that was giving false hope.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for your answers. I also wanted to ask you about probably, what was
Did you
your?
ask for 2?
Yeah, I asked for
only
2.
did
I asked for
one.
2. Yeah, you only did 1. Yeah, I thought you were done, but like you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Oh no.
Technical difficulties.
She's not the Frozen again.
Let it go. Let it go.
Are you guys
Tell you
like
better
30
not
seconds
be Frozen
after I ask the
anymore.
question?
Alpha, come back to us.
I heard that.
Cell, are you good now?
Should I say a second one real quick? I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
I have
Yeah,
the second
go.
one easily.
Go.
Okay, so my second one, real quick, would probably be my blow up in the house chat on my cycle. Am I frozen?
We can hear you.
You're frozen just like me, but I can hear you
but
fine.
you can't hear me. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. My second one, and I'm gonna make it really quick. My second villainous move was probably me blowing up the house chat on my first HOH train because I did that just to cause chaos. Like I literally was like, I'm going to tag all the house to final 2 chat. Got leaked, so
Okay. How about an example from each of you where you used someone else's
I see you
words
nodding your head.
against them?
No,
No, I heard you.
Saj, you know very well that. Saj, you know very well I did that to you. I did that to you. You talked about wanting Gianna in the game, and I said, "Okay, Saj, I'm going to go spread that." And I was honest about it. I'm like, I'm going to go spread that. I'm going to make sure everyone knows that Saj is a big target because you weren't a big target. You had only won 2 vetoes. You liked playing a GOTY game, and I knew that from Cell. And I'm like, okay, Saj is someone I can't have in this game very long. So I used that to set you up to go home. And while I use people's words against them, and I did that with Shane. Whenever Shane would tell something to me, like who he wants to go out, I would go and I would say, "Hey guys, this is what Shane is saying." Or when Hongru would leak something, I would always say the honest answer to other people because I knew that people, you said sorry for having gamey conversations. And I would use those gamey conversations, or I would use what people said to go spread it around or benefit my own game. I did that a lot.
Yeah. So what about? Yeah, Sal, did you get that question too? So basically, what are examples of ways you used someone's words against them in this game?
Did you ask me? I don't know. I'm cutting out really bad, so I'm just trying to wing. I'm winging it, man. I'm really.
I can hear you perfectly now. Yeah. So.
Winging it.
You keep winging it, baby.
You guys are looking at it, but.
Oh, okay. I know. I asked you what was an example of a way you use someone's words against them in this game?
The one main person I used their words against them only because Shane said so so many things that were very, it was out of pocket, like Shane ceremony about how Hunger should be 6 feet under or something, and then there was also one where it was like eat fucking soap. Dream. I was like, I get the soap thing, I understand that, but I just answered. And I don't know if you guys hear me.
I heard that. I feel like I heard that.
Hello?
Yeah. I can hear you. Okay, so I feel like you answered your question. So my last question, or however much time I have left, I don't have much
Make
time.
it quick. Yeah, just
Okay,
make it quick.
no.
Although wait,
Oh, I was just
wait
gonna
for
say-
Sal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Claire, what was your silliest moment in this game?
The silliest moment in this game. Okay, I think the silliest moment in this game for me was I was talking on call and I was planning out all this stuff and I was talking about backdooring. Oh, fuck. Who was it? I was like, okay, we need a backdoor Shane. I was like, we need a backdoor Shane. This is the week. And I went on for about 10 minutes in details on why I wanted to backdoor Shane. And then I looked on the wiki and Shane was HOH. I'm like, oh, wait. I truly, I pay
Am I
attention, I
back?
promise you.
Yeah, you
Welcome
are.
back,
You're back and
Sal.
better than ever. Oh my god, that's HD now.
I literally would explain the answer, and then 5 minutes later, you guys were like, I agree, and I was like, I know. I already said it. What do you mean? But did you hear my
Yeah.
answer at least fully before I left? I was like, I'll give it a second for them to hear it before I leave. It's so
Yeah.
fucking late.
The Shane screen, the iconic Shane screenshots. Yeah.
About Hunger being 6 feet up, that made me so mad. That made me so mad. I went to PR and I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'd also want to see some. I'm gonna ask some personal questions about what happened with Jared and me. I've heard different things from the jurors now that we're in here, and I really want to see you highlight that move as well, just to see what happened there, and what each of you had to play a role in that. Because I feel like there's lots of role moves that you both did together that a lot of the jury is not really seeing ownership over specific moves. So can you explain the Jared thing?
Trying to let Sal go first here. Okay, I guess this Sal's cutting out. I'll just go. As people,
oh, am I going first? I thought I
yeah,
was
go
like-
first. Go.
again. I'm gonna be honest. I did not. Yeah. Go.
Claire, go.
Wait.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was over 8
Can
minutes.
you hear me?
Okay.
Okay. So
I need you.
Okay, I'll wrap it up.
like
Quick statements.
Okay. The main reason I had with
no.
the main thing I had with the Jared Yu situation was I knew that Jared was
When Jared, I'm, like the thing is, that's one thing that I actually did not play a part of. I heard a lot of things from everyone, but I just kind of let that slide because I liked both you and Jared. I didn't really like. I heard stuff from Claire and I heard stuff from you, and I was like, okay, wait.
Spit it out.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't.
Okay. The main thing I had with you and Jared was I knew that Jared was blowing himself up, and I truly was honest when I told you, Saj, that I don't know where the whole Jared thing came from. I heard it from Pat, but I definitely could have diffused the situation when I only egged it on. I egged on the situation instead of diffusing it. That was my main role in that.
Okay, I'm probably gonna GTFO now. I feel like it's like way too much time.
I can't
But-
breathe.
So, Let me know if you need some Venmo for that Wi-Fi or something. I don't know. I fucking love you both, though. I fucking love you both.
All right.
All right.
Zaz,
Bye.
thank you so much. You will be kicked out now. Continue to watch the YouTube stream or through backstage. All right. Thank you, Saj. So I see you're lagged right now, and I'm going to give you a grace period right now. Leave, come back.
I need the grace period to get back to normal because holy shit.
We got 2 jurors left. Let's
Nathan, I
get through this in
can't
one
right now.
piece.
I can't. Holy shit.
Just the whole thing of it all, it was like you're talking, and then out of nowhere, Sal's just like, so let me just tell you about this, this, and this. And I'm just like, oh my God. Okay. Sal, if you can you hear me, Sal? Sal.
Honey, can you hear us? You're
Can you hear
muted.
me?
You muted yourself, Sal.
No, you muted yourself.
Working?
Yeah, there
yes.
we go. We're good.
Your Wi-Fi, I think, is better.
I'm lag.
Okay, I think you're better now, at least for the time being.
I'm laggy. You guys are talking like you're Animal Crossing characters. I can't understand you. I'm so sorry.
I love you.
Peace and love.
Okay, but can you understand? Like, can you hear us? Even if there's like a little bit of delay. Because if not, like, it looks like your Wi-Fi is better.
If it's delayed, but I can hear you.
Okay. So what?
It's
Like,
going
I think your Wi-Fi is getting better. So I'm gonna recommend leave, and then come back, because it looks like your Wi-Fi is getting better. Your video at least is not lagging as much. Cool.
Oh.
This is what happened to me. It was like Ohio Wi-Fi right now. I don't know what's happening. Something in the air. I don't know, mamas. But I'm gonna go check in and make sure. Okay. Okay, doing a double check. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Good.
You're lagging, but yeah.
Okay, so
you know,
listen, before we start, can you answer the questions first, so in case you lag out?
Huh? I'm sorry. I can't hear you guys. This is like killing my phone, and I have shit Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Literally,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bring in Hunger now. You're good. Don't worry about it. Hunger will go now. Hunger will ask his questions. Hunger, if you are ready, I see you're on camera already. Give me. That's all I need. So, hi, Hunger. Sorry for the delay.
No,
I'm
no,
also
it's
not
okay.
gonna lag, so I'm gonna leave before I lag out too. So, all right, you'll have 8 minutes. So.
Okay, hi. Anyways, oh wow, that took a long time for me to get here. But yeah, I'm gonna start with a general question. So I'm a little curious. Oh, anyways, congratulations to you both. I think you both play so amazing. I love you both. But anyway, I'm gonna start with a general question. So I kind of want to know more about what you think about the jury. So I'm gonna ask you to rank the jurors in terms of gameplay. And if you can give a little comment, that would be great too. You don't have to.
I'm just letting Sal go first because their Wi-Fi.
Sal will go.
Sorry, guys, just scrolling. I'm listening. Can you guys hear me at least?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I going first?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm put on the spot. You said from gameplay. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Ooh. The person in the jury that I think had. Okay, give me one moment, too. Give me a second. Claire, if you know it, you can go before me, but I'm going to actually write it down before I say it because I need to. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I can see Claire. I can't see Hungry. Okay.
Okay, I have mine written down. Wait, where'd Hunger go?
Sorry, I was taking a hit. Hungry, we disconnected. Okay, hold on.
Hi.
Alright.
Hi, I'm back.
Cell, do you have your list or do you want me to go?
Go, because I'm in the middle of mine, sorry.
Okay. I think, is this gameplay as like, think they should deserve to win? Is that what it's basing off?
Yeah, I want to do gameplay, but if you also want to do things like personality, I will also appreciate that.
Right.
But you don't have to.
Gameplay from worst to best. Oh, this is horrible. Why'd you do this to me? Gianna, Pat, Jared, Destiny, Caitlin, Saj, Mario, Shane, yourself.
Thanks all.
Are we explaining why?
You don't have
just
to. You
giving
can.
names?
I will appreciate if you do, but like, I'm not gonna force you to do that.
Okay, I'll explain.
Before I
Wilson.
list what I chose, I do want to say I obviously don't know everyone's game to a T, so this is probably very incorrect, but this is from what I watched and the people that I've talked to and what I heard. The best game, which is hands down goes to you, Hunger. I'm sure everyone knows that you were the biggest threat in the game. Next to that was Shane. Shane, if you made it to the end, you would have won just because of how big of a threat you were. Next to that was Mario. So Mario's number 3. Just comp wins and jury management. Mario was really good. After Mario was Saj. Saj, I feel like you were like a really big target throughout the game, and if you made it to the end, you would have like a really good case to win. After Saj, I have Pat. I think people discredit Pat's game a lot, but Pat did get around. That's the thing. Pat did play a really good game, just because you had so many connections. After that was Jared. Jared's almost the same exact reason. Had a lot of connections, and I realized that, and that's why I was so fond with working with you as well, because I was like, we both have good connections everywhere. It was kind of like a mutual thing where like me and Claire were covering each other's bases. It was kind of like that with Jared. After that was Destiny. I contemplated putting Destiny second to last, but I ended up putting her third to last only because you did have allies and you had people who trust you, which got you far, but that you just talked a lot of stuff that got leaked, so a lot of people didn't trust you, and a lot of people, you were on a lot of people's radar. After that was Caitlin. Caitlin, peace and love you, but you talked too much about your history, and a lot of people like were targeting you for that. And then lastly was Gianna. Gianna, we didn't talk that much. Like I told you, I didn't see your game at all because I was never, in the bubble. So that would be my list from best to least.
My reasoning is same for the Gianna thing. I have no idea what type of game Gianna played. It's a very much a blind spot, but Gianna's at the bottom of my list. Next, I have Pat, because while Pat was trying to play the middle, I think out of all the people that tried to play the middle, Pat did it the worst. Pat's game was very much comp win based. I think Jared's next because Jared could be so much higher, but Jared's game blew up on himself because he was in a good alliance and then it blew up, and that was his fault. Caitlin is next because Caitlin's campaigning skills, I think we can all agree, were so good. Caitlin almost stayed when Caitlin shouldn't have stayed due to campaigning alone, but their mouth got way too big. If Caitlin was more quiet, Caitlin would have stayed on for longer. Saj was very aware of his game and the way he was playing. He was so self-aware. It was so dangerous. Saj knew what he needed to do to get to the end, but we had to cut that early. Mario, best jury management, hands down. You could vote Mario to win just because you like him and you wouldn't feel bad about it. Shane, biggest if this person gets to the end, they deserve to win automatically because of how big a target they were. And then finally, we had you, who I told you on call, and I still believe it to this day, best story, hands down. You could have just literally gave me a fucking, like, 5 paragraph of, like, hi, I'm Hongru, I love flowers, and I would have fucking, I felt Hongru to win, that would have been me so fast.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, that was really sweet on both of you. But yeah, my second question specifically to Claire. So I feel like throughout the game, a really significant moment for us is the two voice calls that we had during Final Five. So I want you both to know that coming into Final Five, my plan is to take out one of you. I don't know which. I knew I promised my DR that I have to take out one of you at Final Five. And when I had the chance to do so, what eventually changed my mind is the two voice calls that you made with me, in which you have made a series of promises that you're going to take me to Final Two, that I'm your biggest ally, that you're going to stay loyal to me. And it was all of these promises that made me almost feel like a horrible person for not trusting you, because it completely changed my mind about you. I thought that we were never going to go to the end together, but you making all these promises, it made me feel like, oh, like there is no way that she could lie like that. But also, you know, watching you answer, I think it's Pat's question, that you try not to tell lies. I find that answer to be a little hard to accept, because I feel like a lot of you getting to this point rely on you making those promises and not necessarily keeping them. I still love you as a person, but this is how I feel right now on the gameplay level. So my question is, within those phone calls, what was parts that were genuine from you, and what are the parts that were not?
The parts that were genuine is when I called, and I always called you from the bottom of my heart. I always called when I said, hey, I'm checking up on you. That was the main reason. I was always calling to check up on you as a person. I always did that. When I said I wanted to go to Final Two with you, and that we'd be such a great that wasn't a lie. Did I know how unlikely it was to happen? Yeah, I knew how unlikely it was to happen. Did I want to like duke it out with you in Final Two? Yes, but the way I purposely worded it so it wasn't a lie. I said I wanted to go to Final Two with you, and because I wanted to, because it would be fun to verse you. I didn't say I never purposely, I made sure this word never came out of my mouth. I never said I would take you to Final Two. I made sure I never said that, because that would be a straight up lie, and I never lied about that. I said I wanted to go to Final Two with you because versing you would have been so much fun. I never tried to purposely lie. The only thing I lied to you about to make you feel better about me in the game was when we were talking about like how, oh, I've never really had any issue with you, or I've never talked bad about you. I purposely tried to drive a wedge between you and Mario. That is a definite lie that I said to your face, that I've never talked bad about you. I absolutely lied on that. The promises about Final Two and stuff like that, absolutely not lies.
Okay. So I think I said sometimes, so I'm gonna ask another just like general question. But thank you so much for that answer. I think that cleared a lot up.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You can ask another question, but just make sure that it's brief.
Okay, yeah, it's
You're
pretty brief. So I think as much as we don't like to admit it, I feel like a huge factor in this game, just in general, is our luck. So what is your luckiest moment, and how did you use that to your advantage? Sorry if this is like taking too long. I'm trying to make this brief.
I think my luckiest moment actually was from meeting Caitlyn in Jeremy's game, because I responded to a positive message. Oh, Cell's gone. I responded to a positive message from Caitlyn, and Caitlyn was in this game, and it was really lucky for me because Caitlyn, for the first few weeks, I was feeling lost, and Caitlyn was a mentor to me, and I would have never had that connection if I didn't say like 2 things to Caitlyn. It was very lucky that I responded to Caitlyn's message in another server, and we got to sit here and talk together. That was definitely the most lucky I was coming into this game and having someone I could turn to, or at least start a connection with.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, Cell isn't here, but yeah, I really do want to thank everyone for, you know, this whole like opportunity. I feel like I have like so much fun just like meeting you both and just all the other people. I feel like you two are such like great people. Like, so yeah, like, you know, it's, I feel very lucky just meeting everyone. So, and just once again, congratulations to you both. You really should be proud for making it here.
Let's see if I lag. I might lag a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to turn off that camera. Okay, anyways, so thank you, Hungru. Within your question about what's your luckiest, you know, moment, how'd you utilize it? Since Cell wasn't here to answer, I'll have them answer it within, although they are here now, so maybe they can answer it real quick.
I think
Maybe.
the answer is that Cell's internet was retaining for the entire game. I think that was the answer we're looking for. We can move on.
Cell, hello.
Hi.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, no, I can hear you guys perfect now.
Thank God. Okay,
I
so
can
Cell,
see
I'm going to give you...
Hi, Hungru. I literally have heard nothing you said. I'm so sorry. Guys, my Wi-Fi's so bad. I apologize. It really sucks. I'm really sorry.
All right, Hunger, I'm going to let you ask that question again, and Cell,
Okay.
if possible, can you please answer it very briefly?
Yes,
Okay,
I
Just
will.
keep
so-
it bam, bam, bam.
My question is, what is your luckiest moment in the game, and how did you utilize that to your advantage?
Oh, my luckiest moment in the game. I want to say, because this was a plan, but it was like very, I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought I was going to be evicted. When I was next to Allison, I consider myself very lucky because I heard there was talk about a 3-3 vote. I heard that I was the target, and then it flipped to Allison. I realized the only reason why I stayed was because Mario kept me. Thank you, Mario. Love you. But the luckiest moment I would say is staying then, because from then on, then my plan went in action of getting the people that I nominated out back after back.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Good luck to you both. Congrats once again to both of you. I love you guys so much. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hunger. Okay, wrapping us all up and to end the show tonight, it's the myth, the legend, and your final juror. Welcome, Mario.
Oh my.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Welcome, the fallen star from season 6, Mario.
Yay!
Yeah.
I love it.
I love.
This is gonna go against his time.
It better not.
Just kidding. I can't even hear the music. And this is how this live jury Q&A will now be banned from ever being watched again because now I have that music. So sorry.
I'm
you're never
sorry.
gonna
I
watch
needed
it.
to do it. I needed to do that. It was. I planned
Okay.
from yesterday, and I needed to do it.
Mario, you will have 8 minutes. 8 minutes, not 15. Okay, so
Sorry.
make. I'm trying to get this. I got people
I'm
coming in like
sorry,
10.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
Anyways, all right, Mario, your time starts now.
Hi, hey bitches.
Hey, bitch.
Get
Hey,
back.
bitch.
Well, first, I just want to say congratulations to you both, of course. You know, I wanted to be in your position so bad, but it was not my time. Oh my god, I'm shaking for what I did just now. First of all, I just want to take this out of my bag. This is from Euclid, yes. But I'm not going to give it to you because I really want to keep this, because even though you put this in my bag, you gave it to me, and that's what I love about, because maybe since I don't know which week was, since Cells, like when they were on the like with Allison and Pat, that's where like our story started here, because we started making calls and everything. Oh my god.
And I really would like to keep it because you gave me so much fun moments in this game. I really trusted you so much. Of course, it did hurt me, but I'm not bitter about it. I am not angry about it because I always told to myself that I was gonna vote and I was gonna make decisions with my brain and not with my heart, and that's what you did. And I am so fucking proud of you both that you both made it here. My VLDR bestie, and I think one of my besties here in this game. Well, first of all, I my first question is to you both, of course. What is the thing that you both most like about me?
Get going, so.
Yes, you go, Sal.
My
hate this
favorite,
question.
the best thing.
I
About
hate you more.
Listen, wait, Nathan popped up. You guys, I'm connected, right?
Yes, keep
Fuck
going.
you,
so.
Nathan.
Keep
Okay,
going, so.
sorry, I'm wasting time. Okay, the best thing about you, Mario, is which I do touch up this with my closing speeches, just how you make me go from an introvert to an extrovert. When I'm around you, I swear to God, I'm so fucking loud. You go, hey bitches, and I'm like, hey bitch. Like, I don't do that with anyone else. And one of the moments where, like, this is not really answer the question, but I want to say it. One of the moments that really, like, I love so much was when you died on video. Literally died on video, passed out on the bed, and I literally, my DR guests were like, "Is Mario fucking dead?" And I was like,
I
"I
was.
think so." I think so. Go ahead. I don't want to take up your time.
This is gonna sound really cheesy, Mario, but honestly, just talking to you, because I feel like we both were in the same spot. Whenever we had to talk, it's like everyone underestimated us. No one thought we did anything. And anytime we called and we talked, we always said, we're gonna prove these bitches wrong. We're gonna fuck the basic bitches because we are gonna prove them wrong. And every time we talked about that, we would just say, fuck basic bitches. And look who made the final three. Who got underestimated now? It wasn't us. And that's how much I love and adore you so much. Oh.
Okay, other question for Claire. Why did you didn't take the time to tell me that you weren't taking me to final two? Like, I mean, you told even me that you told everyone that you hyped me up when I was like, yeah, we're going to final two, we're gonna make it.
Honestly, honest answer, no bullshit. I was a coward. I couldn't say it to your face because it wasn't because I wanted to give you the illusion of like taking me because I would take you. It was that you were who I was taking if Cell ever got evicted. So saying to your face, Mario, I'm going to not take you, genuinely hurts me and it made me tear up. So I couldn't say it to your face. I was too much of a coward for that. And I really am sorry. But
you don't have to be sorry. This is a game. I still love you.
I love you too.
And I
really,
will love
I
you
love
forever.
you. I love you so much. You
I
don't
will love
understand.
you both. And Cell.
Hi, bestie. Hi, VLDR bestie.
VLDR bestie. So when we first started talking, like the first day we met, you said like that you were going to take my ass to the end. I remember that. Did you like ever had any plans on really working with me, like both of us?
So early game, we were VLDR besties, and I was like, it would be so iconic if we made it to the end. But the thing is, the first, like, a lot of the cycles, which we did end up talking about this, we didn't talk. We really didn't. But the thing that brought us together was our allies. We trusted the same people, and I'm going to be 100% truthful. I became loyal to you when we made the Princess Peach's Pussies chat, because at that moment we didn't really have an alliance together. We didn't talk every day. We didn't like call or anything, you know? And like I knew we were on the same page because you were very close to Claire and Hongru, who told me a lot. Like I knew a lot about your game. And that's why I decided to work with you, because I was like, we're in the same boat. And when I said this, when we all made to the final five, like I truly was like so happy we did. No matter what outcome came from the final five, like I wouldn't care. And from the beginning, when we were VLDR besties, at first I wanted to work with you, but then we just stopped talking. But yeah, once that Princess Peach's Pussies was made, that's when I started to be loyal to you.
Long live PPP, Princess Peach's Pussies, the best alliance ever.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to say, before I go out, yesterday I wrote a message which I sent it to Cell and the jury and to the VLDR, but not to Claire because I wanted to say it like here and in front of her. Oh, okay. Wow, I cannot believe I did make Final 3. I wanted to be in Final 2, and I had the chance of winning. My main goal in this game has been cut short. I was so close, yet so far. I totally feel so crushed right now since I wanted this more than anyone. And the person I thought was my ally actually backstabbed me on the back at the end. I wanted to be Desiree's successor, and I mentioned Desiree because I just like her so much. I don't know her, but seeing her cast picture when I sometimes enter the VV Universe Wiki, I see her and I want to be her friend so bad. I love you, Desiree, if you're watching this. This has been such an emotional thing. This is the time where I actually felt I could be myself in the entire time in this org community. First with popping off against people like Pat or James, and then just being myself on calls, not hiding who I was. I really felt so good in here, and that is because I had great company from the house guests to the hosts. I feel really thankful right now. But now that now that this thing is ending, I really want to say thank you to each and every single one of you who is reading this. From the viewing lounge to the jurors, I don't care, anyone. I really want to say thank you all for being with me this entire journey, where I had a lot of laughs, where I cried, where I won my first HOH ever. Like, can you believe that? I don't. This is not the end of Mario. I will continue spreading my love and happiness to anyone and everyone. I will try to be the person everyone knows, and I won't change who I am and what I am. This has been all for now. Los amo demasiados a todos, y esta no es la última vez que me verán haciendo pendejadas en esta comunidad. Los amo, Mario. I love you.
We love you too.
Mario, I fucking love you.
I love you both.
All right, Mario, your 8 minutes is up. I'm so sorry. I hate to do it to you. But I'll see you tomorrow for the finale. So that's all I need from you, and then I'll go ahead and close off this live jury Q&A. So,
Bye. Bye,
bye,
bitches.
Bye, bitch. Okay, Claire and Cell, this is all I have from you, but you will get to give your closing statement. Please keep it at 2 minutes or less. Make it short, sweet. Give it and sell it your all. I will be timing these closing statements. So just make sure you just sell your game one final time for this jury to hear. And so they can go into their jury roundtable with the most clear-cut view of your games. Who went first for the opening statements?
So.
Okay, so Claire, please go ahead and give your closing statement.
Hey, everyone. I just want to say that I tried to come into this game and be loyal, honest, and myself. Honestly, that didn't fully happen, but I can say that while I had a lot of hiccups, I had a lot of mistakes, and I know for a fact my game certainly wasn't perfect, I depended on you guys, I depended on myself, and I made sure that I won the comps I needed. I was never nominated until Final 5, and that was only when Hunger put me up, and I won. And my strategic game, I hope you can see, I was a lot more aware than people thought, and I was adaptable, and I knew what to do. I came into this game not knowing what to expect and thinking I was going to lose, that I didn't deserve to win. I didn't deserve to make it as far as I did, but at one point I realized I do deserve to be here. And regardless of what this result is, I know I made a best friend. I know that I'm going to talk to a lot of you after this, and I truly can say with the utmost confidence that I deserve to win this game. Cell, try your best, bitch.
All right. Thank you so much, Claire. Cell, please go ahead and give your closing statement now.
Okay.
Your 2 minute timer will
I'm going to speed talk because I also want to touch up on two things. Probably going to cry again. I'm very emotional, but I'm so glad that I wrote this because I was very, very touched by Gianna and Jared's questions, and I'm glad that I can read this and it can answer some of your guys' questions that I meant to answer. Okay, so I mean, the last game that I played in, shortly after, people invalidated my win and spread false rumors, and they were saying that the game was rigged for me, and then they said a lot of damaging things for my personal life, and they thought I couldn't win without a host, like assistance, and I haven't played a game since then. And I just want to say, just like Claire said, we both deserve to win, but I am so proud of myself, and I know that a lot of you guys are probably very upset with how I played my game, but this is proof to myself and everyone else who actively wanted me out of the game that I can make it to a finale. But I also I just want to touch on a few things. Claire, I'm so fucking proud of you. Like, when I said I don't mind losing next to you, I fucking meant it, because you are my best friend and I am going to talk to you every fucking day after this. Everyone else, like Caitlin, I want to rekindle that relationship with you. Like, I adore you so fucking much. Like, I can't explain, like, I can't even describe how happy I am that we got to rekindle our friendship from when we were younger. And then the same thing with like Pat, like I already mentioned this earlier, but I'm so happy that like we got to connect. We had this frenemies bond that like really, really touched me, and I loved it so much. And like after you left, I still thought about it and made jokes in my DR. Destiny, I don't know if you're here or not, but she's fucking stuck with me. She's in my game. Go join my game and support her. I believe it or not, I also still want to stay connected to Shane as well, because I mean, who else is gonna hype me up when I'm on shrooms at 3 a.m. for no reason? Also, who's gonna laugh at my out-of-pocket jokes? Honestly, Shane, you're the only person who laughs at my jokes, and I know I'm not funny. Jared, you're the sweetest person ever, and I figured that you would probably be a little bitter towards my vote, but you're such a down-to-earth person, and you will constantly see me ping you daily, because I can't even look at a picture of Kite from Hunter x Hunter without thinking about you. Gianna, you're my Cincy twin. Like, I have never met anyone that's this close to me, and we need to go to Lucky Dog one day. That's all I gotta say. Saj, you're my pride and joy. I love you so much, and very much like Caitlin, I'm glad that we rekindled that friendship, because we haven't talked in a year. Hungru, I'm so sorry I couldn't respond to most of you, like, because I was cutting out, but I just want to say that evicting you was the hardest thing I did in this game, and I did cry about it all night, because I would look back at screenshots of funny things that you said, or what we would shit talk or think about our voice calls, and like genuinely when I evicted you, it crushed my soul, and it was horrible. And I just want you to know that I'm so grateful that not only that you played my game, but that I like got to meet you and like actually get to see you other than a host. Mario, my BLDR bestie from the beginning, we were besties, and like I said, you make me come from an introvert to an extrovert, and I really appreciate that from you. I'm sorry if I'm taking so much time. And then Claire, I didn't forget your evil ass. I fucking love you. I'll say it so many fucking times. I love you so much, and I can't imagine doing this without you. Host, love you. No details. I don't really care. But long story short, since like I'm all sappy now, I just want you guys to know that I do value our friendship, and every single ounce of like love that came from me, I promise it was intentional. I don't care if you don't vote for me to win. I just want you guys to know that I am going to be your friend, and you guys have no choice. I am going to bother you guys consistently, and yeah, please just don't be bitter and hate me like BB Anime. So
yeah, hate me instead.
All right, y'all making me emotional a little bit. Stupids, I hate you both. I just want to say before we get into finale how proud I am of you both. You know, I think so often we get invalidated for like our success. Claire, I remember in the beginning you telling me like, you know, I have no shot of getting to the end. Kind of, you know, self-doubting your own abilities and kind of what you truly could, because I could see it. I mean, I could see it. And I want you to know, like, look at where you're at now. You should be very, very proud. Cell, this should go to anyone who's ever discredited your Wen and Big Brother avatar, that you do not need Riggery. Riggery, shut up. Like, that's so fucking annoying.
I'm literally
You're in final
cry.
two again. So for anyone who's ever invalidated your success there, fuck them. Because you're here again. You're both in final two, and I'm very proud of you. I love this final two. This has been a fantastic season, and I'm really sad that it ends tomorrow night. But for now, the jury will do a nice little round table where they will discuss who they deserve to win. However, no matter what happens, you're both winners because I've seen every aspect of your game and you have both absolutely impressed me to an insane degree. So take this with you, take this experience with you. I hope this was a fun experience. This was absolutely just everything I could have ever wanted. So that's all I have from you. I will see you all tomorrow night. Please pick a time that works best for you. We can do it in the afternoon. We can do it at night. Just whenever the votes come in, we'll go ahead, do it. Just give me a shoot. We can probably do it around like 7 p.m. is when I like to go for it. That way we can just get it out of the way. Other than that, that's all I need from you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the live jury Q&A. And then I will see you all tomorrow night, where we will crown our winner of Big Brother Galaxy, as well as give out all the amazing awards that everyone's been like pining for. And we have lots of them to give. So, all right. Adios. Bye. I'm going to end the broadcast now.